Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to pre-market report. First, let us look at the global cues. Once again, US markets closed at record high. Dow, Nasdaq, S&P 500 all in green. And important thing is the Accenture results. This is one of the companies that declare results very early, and the results seems to be very good. And in fact, yesterday also I told you probably that by expecting these good results only, so yesterday IT stocks went up and Nifty closed more than 100 points higher despite Reliance falling 3%. Reliance falling 3% alone has contributed 50 points for the Nifty fall. Just imagine, instead of Reliance falling 3%, if the Reliance was up 3% after the AGM, we would have closed at all-time high yesterday. So whatever the negativity brought by Reliance, which was completely compensated by the IT stocks, and that's because of this Accenture news. So now the result is out, it looks very good. And another one, the US Fed, so they did a stress test for banks. So ever since this global crisis, 2008 Lehman Brothers collapse, and the Fed is always doing a stress test for the banks. And yesterday they declared that most of the banks can withstand even recession. So the banks are looking very strong. And after this news, banking stocks all went up in US, but we don't know when banking stocks will go up here. When Nifty was at 15,400, Bank Nifty was at 37,700. Now Nifty is 15,800, but 400 points higher, but Bank Nifty is 3,000 points down. So we will come to that little later. And today, the most important event that people watching in US is the US inflation data. You may remember last month inflation data was expected at 4.7, but it came at 5%, and that is what made the Fed to announce that they'll be going for interest rate hike. So today also the US inflation data will be keenly watched. And in fact, this US inflation data will be keenly watched for a few months, because that will show how sooner or how later the Fed may increase the interest rate. So this is all about global cues. Coming back to the local cues, yesterday evening also I said, as long as the domestic institutions are aggressive buyers, there is nothing to worry much about the market, because usually the domestic institutional investors are value investors, while the foreign institutional investors are mostly the momentum investors. So though FIAs have been selling in huge quantities, but the market closed significantly higher and the domestic institutions keep buying. So that is one thing. Second thing, once again, the foreign institutional investors in futures and options segment, in index futures particularly, they are long 82%. So the short is only 18%. So in fact, that is exactly what a little bit worrying, because I always prefer short sellers to have a huge shorts in the system. So then only market can move very fast through short covering. So if there are no shorts, there are no short covering, and then every rise in the market will be met with selling pressure by the people who are holding the long position. So regarding the outlook for July, we will see during the weekend. So we'll just concentrate on today. And yesterday I looked at the open interest, and more puts were written than the calls, and 15,500 as the highest open interest. And in monthly, I'm not talking about the weekly options, I'm talking about the monthly option. July month option. So therefore, until last month, 15,000 was the base, but now it seems that the base has been shifted to 15,500. And in fact, 1 or 2 weeks before also I mentioned the same thing. So usually the first trading day of the month will bring some surprise. Many times it will bring surprise even in the first 15 minutes. But SGX Nifty is showing almost flat, but I am not convinced about it. So if the Reliance falls another 2-3%, the Nifty can fall drastically. Or if Reliance recovers 2-3%, the Nifty can move at least 50-60 points higher. So once again, today I am not going to give importance to SGX Nifty. I am expecting some kind of a move. It can be upside or downside. So I will take my trading bets only after that. So therefore, today I am not giving any recommendation. And for the past few days, whatever recommendation I am giving, it behaves like my wife. Whatever I do, they are doing opposite. And I was a little bit bearish on Infosys. I gave 1600 call option. Now that is going higher. And I was a little bit bullish about Reliance. I gave 2100 put option. Now the Reliance is going down. So of course, and we know how to manage our positions. And if you know how to manage your positions, in between I have given some tricks also. So you do it. Otherwise, better keep a strict stop loss in your mind. So don't come and troll me. I lost so huge amount of money by following this, right? And people don't appreciate when they make profit, but they only troll when they lose. They don't even lose. They just say, I have lost it, just for the purpose of trolling. So that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.